Everybody hate who we just call them fans though. In love with
the desert.
I ain't never letting go.
I did what they said wasn't possible. I achieved what they said I couldn't achieve. I was offered many partnership chain opportunities, but I told them to fuck off. I am the desert-only Ironman, and this is my story. Hold your sunships and Coca-Cola, everybody. This is the 10th and final episode of the Desert Only Ironman series. Right here is where I started to do Rune Sudoku to prepare for the Calcite Queen kill and completely burn out my huge-ass cash stack. A lot of people just ask me where I make a lot of my money from, and like I've said in my other videos, I made emerald bracelets and things like that. I'll be showing other money-making methods I did in the desert. Like, I really didn't buy a lot of stuff. And I always pick up all the drops, even if it's just 2 coins, I always pick it up. So it all accumulates, and it really built up to gain this cash. But I ended up spending about 100k cash just on preparing for Calcite Queen with runes and things like that. Oh my god, there are bots in here in like every single world for Rune Sudoku. I remember back in the day there was bots that could solve the entire Sudoku that just took me like fucking forever to do. And they were doing like 2 seconds with the calculators that they had. And it looks like they still exist and are still working. They used to be highly bannable, but I'm not sure if that's the case anymore. I just sat here just reporting a bunch of these guys. They kept logging in and out. I'm not sure if they kept like world hopping or whatnot. I don't know. It was a little ridiculous though. I don't know if they were just buying out the shops either. That could have been the point as well. All I know is you don't fucking come on my desert and take my runes from my Rune Sudoku. Fuck you. He's just fucking taking it too. He's just walking away after like an asshole beating like that. I don't know how that's possible. You better try and run away, but you can't hide from Just Desert. The fucking fiend of the RuneScape community of the desert. Yep, it's gonna take you by the ass. Anyways guys, I was able to molest this man all the way up to 61 thieving and get about 100k cash out of my services. So that was pretty awesome. That's what built up to my 300k cash stack. Bandits aren't the only thing I'm molested in the desert, because I came here to the Calcite Guardians and I killed these for a pretty long ass time, just prayer flicking with melee. I ended up getting a Rune 2H, 2 Rune Chain Bodies, and 2 Rune Medium Helms. I don't have pictures of all the drops, but I think I have something. I ended up alching all of them anyways, on stream I believe. And I'm not really going to show any recordings from stream just because I don't really like putting those in. But I got over 100k cash from doing this, and I'm not sure how many kills. Maybe I'll go up and get a Slayer gem real quick, just to see how many kills I did on these. I decided to go check and see what my playtime was on this account, and it was 15 days and 16 hours out of the 140 days this account was made. And I also got a Slayer gem so I could check to see how many Calcites I killed, but it doesn't say. Maybe there's another item that checks the log. I thought a Ring of Wealth does. But, I mean, there's no way for me to get my hands on a Ring of Wealth to actually check that, so maybe at a later time we'll figure that out. I'm really not sure if either one of them actually shows that. I just thought they did. Seen people use them before with the logs, so it was a nice try. Also, I wish I had it on recording, but I didn't, and you guys might not believe me, but it was on stream. I got a Mithril Axe from a Calcite Guardian, which is the best axe I could get. It doesn't even say on the Wikipedia, yet again, keeps fucking me in the ass. Like, no condom or anything, but it doesn't say on the Wikipedia that the Calcite Guardians drop a Mithril Axe, or else I would be killing those, like, all along. But I ended up getting one, and I went to this teak tree, and ended up camping here until 58 woodcutting and 60 fire making, and what this ended up doing is it got me to 1k total, which was one of the goals I had in my account was to get 1k total, and the other one was to kill Calcite Queen for a rare drop. But we're going to get on that in a second. Alright everybody, you may be wondering why all of a sudden this is the last video for the Desert Only Ironman. And if you didn't end up voting on this, there was a straw poll that I posted just yesterday, maybe the day before, about whether I should move on and keep killing Calcite Queen to get a rare drop, which is originally my goal. or move on to unlock Rellekka like I planned to. And after a lot of thought, I eventually said I wanted to do this, but I also want to make a straw poll. And it won by, there's about 50 votes saying, hey, you should go move on. There's 10 votes saying you should go keep killing KQ. And there's another 10 votes saying that they didn't really care what I did. So that's more of a landslide victory as, like, yeah, I need to go move on. The reason why I didn't want to move on, well, the reason why I didn't want to stay at Cowboy Queen is because it takes me an hour of preparation time in order to actually fight it, and then it takes me about 50k cash. That's what it costs me, and I could possibly lose more due to server DCs in the PvP world. And then there's the possible chance that I don't actually kill it, and that's the worst part. So I could get all the way to the end and it reverts back. So there's always that chance. And then so there's that RNG, there's the servers, and then there's RNG of getting the rare drop, which could not even happen in maybe 100 kills. And I definitely don't want to wait that long because it'd probably be a month or two before I would even make like another video. And before yesterday, I hadn't actually logged into Just Desert in about 5 days because I just didn't want to play on it anymore. I've completed everything in the desert. I actually soloed Cowboy Queen. I ended up actually, just doing everything. I got a 1,000 total. Those were my two big goals. I got over like 250k cash stack. Just there's a lot of things I did, and it's definitely time for me to move on. Basically, what I'm doing now is I've unlocked Rellekka, and that means I can still go back to the desert, but I also have access to Rellekka, and that also gives me access to Needs Knots, Jatizo, Waterbirth Island, and Miscellanea, and also the Dwarven area, Keldagrim. So that's a lot. That's a big area, and the new series, the new episode should be out in maybe a day or two. I have a bunch of uploads to push through, so I'm not going to be playing as much. But I just want to make that clear on what I'm doing. Thank you all guys for the support. We just hit 2,000 subscribers. That's pretty crazy. The only other thing you could really say is people were asking me if I'm going to change my name from Just Desert. No, I'm going to keep my name Just Desert, just how it is. I like the name. A lot of people know me by the name. If people question me outside of the desert for it, I'll tell them, hey, I changed my rules. I mean, I didn't change my rules. I'm just saying that I unlocked Rellekka. So, anyways, guys, this is going to be the end of the episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Also, as a side note, whenever you go in for an interview, make sure you bring a Where is Waldo book, and then when he's asking you questions, he'll be like, hey, what is like your best quality? And you want to say attention to detail. Before you even like come to the interview, go through the book and memorize every spot Waldo is at. Then throw the book on the table and open it up and be like, yeah, well, my best, quality is attention to detail. And you'll be like, where's Waldo? Give him like 6 seconds. Like, don't even give him any time. Be like, he's right there. Flip the page over and then be like, it's right there. And if that doesn't secure your job, I don't know what will. Later, guys.